everybody? It's Jellyroll Friday, and here we are again. Uh, you know what? I want to just dive right in. First of all, I hope you are having a great Friday evening. Shabbat Shalom. I just do that to piss off the crazy people who are always screeching about Israel because, you know, after seeing today that Congress pushed yet another bill through the House to fund Ukraine, but don't even look at don't give Israel a damn Tootsie Roll. If they get a Tootsie Roll, people have their panties in a wad. That's the part where I don't. Though I do have full disclosure, my personal beliefs concerning Israel and the biblical significance. I am not a huge fan of all of the foreign aid. Just so we're clear, I don't want foreign aid. It's just been going on for entirely too long. It's been horribly abused by politicians in this country and by foreign countries. So I'm like, thank God for President Trump that cut off USAID. Just cut all foreign aid. Why are we funding other countries when this country is in such shambles? So, yeah, I saw that. And I just like to do shit because they're just insane, and it's just fun to watch them blow a gasket over things that make me laugh. So it's Friday and Shabbat Shalom. Nah. Anyway, this craziness that's over there in California proves that they are gonna do everything, they meaning Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, Nithya Ramen Noodles, and the powers that should never be, to use what Gavin Newsom referred to as the kind of like the nuclear option. The term he used was it refers to like a guaranteed win. He said that in an interview just like last week. It's like their emergency option, and they're using it clearly because the elections for in their jungle primary, by the way, that Steve Hilton, who's running for governor, already surpassed even afar and above Javier Becerra. I can't stand Javier Becerra since he was the head of the federal agency I worked for under the Biden and Harris administration. He has no idea what he's doing. So the Democrats saying things like Spencer Pratt has no experience is really strange. They say the same thing about Steve Hilton as well. Mighty funny, we got to have a Brit come over here and clean up the largest American city outside of New York, and that's Los Angeles. It used to be Chicago. Chicago's the second city. But hell, Chicago just officially lost the Bears to Indiana. So whatever, Soldier Field is probably just going to be overrun with homeless people like it already pretty much is. So, this Democrat run parts of the United States always have things that go absolutely wrong. And I reiterate, it's Friday, and the primaries for Spencer Pratt for governor, Steve Hilton for governor, Spencer Pratt for LA mayor, he already surpassed Nithya Ramen Noodles and that Cuban defector Karen Bass, or Basura, as Spencer Pratt called her. Wonder why he's not using that term anymore. Maybe she had a little bit to say because she's highly offended. Why is she offended? She's Cuban. Why is she offended? You ever seen a picture of her kids? She claims that she's Black. Yeah, look at pictures of her kids and her grandkids and you tell me if those are Black people. Some people actually believe that shit. But she's not Black. I don't know why people believe that. She's not. I think she's another foreign tether, honestly. Anyway, that race, what the fact that people just sit up and take this shit, this same thing went on in Colorado, by the way. The Jezebel whore, Sodom and Gomorrah media, is stomping the yard and trying to normalize this craziness with elections, trying to just normalize it and get you used to, billions and billions and billions and billions and millions and billions of ballots. You get a ballot, you get a ballot, you get a ballot. Everybody gets a ballot. Hold on, we're waiting for the ballots to come back from from Mars and the moon. It's going to take a little bit longer because the price of fuel has gone up a little bit. But yeah, we what had happened was we're waiting on them ballots to come back from Uranus. Yeah, that's what's going on. We're waiting. California is waiting for ballots from the ancient aliens up in Jupiter and shit, because it's the rocket fuel, the price is just astronomical at this juncture. So we're having trouble. We're gonna have to wait. Okay, so the election was Tuesday. Bro, why the fuck are they still counting ballots? What are they waiting on? Like, what is going on here? Let me show you what, and I will qualify what I said when I said the Jezebel media is trying to normalize this. It's not normal. Things that it did not used to go like this. Headline from CNN, the communist nonsense network: the Justice Department has sent a prosecutor, that would be, I think his name is William S. Saley, sent a prosecutor to observe Los Angeles ballot counting amid President Trump's baseless claims of Democratic cheating. Baseless, assholes at CNN, baseless. Baseless. How is it baseless? Do you see how they frame this? They like to throw that word around a lot. This dumb fat Secretary of State here in Colorado always uses baseless, Trump's baseless claims, baseless, baseless, baseless. How is it baseless? Excuse you. The state of Florida, when they have primaries, when they have elections, it's one day, paper ballots, voter ID, no exceptions. Only U.S. citizens vote. And it's over, and all the ballots are counted within one day. You know by that night who won. How is this baseless, CNN? How is it baseless? How are his claims baseless? What's up, Girl, I ain't got my glasses on. Hold on. There's some rigging. Yeah. She said because they're cheating. 100%. 100%. 100%. We know they're cheating. Marinaris. I love that. It's a pretty name. How you doing, love? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. They're cheating. So CNN says it's baseless. There are other media outlets that are saying the same thing. Oh, this is normal. It's totally normal to have elections. My gosh, we can have elections that run 6 weeks because they need to get to the right number. And I'm seeing different media outlets saying, oh, Nithya ramen noodles is gaining on Spencer Pratt. No, she's not. She was down at 12% and 8%. How the fuck is that possible, dude? Y'all cheating. Y'all is cheating. And excuse me. They know they're cheating, but they don't care. And they don't care if you know. They don't care. They're doing it in broad daylight, bruh. You think they give a crap that William Asaley, who I believe lives in California. Girl, I don't know why nobody else has picked that up. I say that all the time. I can't say Nithya ramen without putting ramen noodles behind it. That dumb bitch. She's the one who said, yeah, it's like perfectly fine for homeless people to like camp out in front of your yard, in front of your kid's school. It's fine. 500 feet. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just step over them. Don't watch the needles. But when they did it to her in front of her house with the homeless schizophrenic drug addicts, she threw a fit. My kids are here. I'm so glad. My kids didn't say anything. So I guess only your kids matter. There's no way she is gaining on Spencer Pratt. Spencer Pratt is hold on. Let me wait. Hold on. I don't feel like I brought that point. Let me not bury the lead here. Because her saying that she shouldn't have any votes in the first place because she's been highly unpopular. She's another community organizer. They tried to make her the other Mamdani Muhammad. And she was ineffective in the role she's already been in, city council or some crap. Let's see, how do you say it? Let me see if I can find it this way, because I don't feel like I brought this home enough. Let's see this. Hold on. This may be it. I'm not really sure. Hold, please. Okay, let's just do it this way. Okay. Yeah, this is her. Hang on. Oh yeah. I gotta rewind the full effect here of this psycho bitch, freaking foreigner who does not care about American citizens and their kids. Only her kids are the ones that matter. So here, I'm going to bring this one over so we can see it. And then I'll bring the other one over that shows how she did the freak out when it happened to her. So hold on, let me bring this in. I hope it doesn't do a commercial, because it's really short clip. But let's listen to Nithya Ramen Noodles say this at a it was a town hall or something. Listen to her.
Like, I don't think a kid's going to be safer because a tent is 500 feet away from a school. You know, it's like, whatever.
So, Nithya, you've said that 4118 is just simply moving people around, which is one of the reasons that you do not support that. Is that accurate?
I mean, it's a complicated law. It has, you know, there's pieces of it that say there's no camping in parks, that you have to have ADA access on sidewalks. You have to have a certain distance from drop, but I'm saying it's multi-part.
I mean, it has.
Yeah,
yes.
so there are certain parts of it that
schools,
but there's certain parts of it that I support, and then there's certain parts of it that I've had more trouble with.
May I ask a specific question? I'm wondering if you support 4118 around schools and daycares.
Already voted against it, you know?
No.
Because it doesn't work. I mean, it's like, I don't think a kid's going to be safer because a tent is 500 feet away from a school. You know, it's like, whatever.
It's like whatever. It's like whatever. It's like whatever. Like, bitch, first of all, you are not a Valley girl. You're clearly not a Valley girl. Like, you are clearly not a Valley girl. Like whatever. Like, oh my gosh, like whatever. Like what? Like. Who are you auditioning to be AOC? Sandy Cortez? It does matter. It matters to people who are sick of these schizophrenic drug addicts all over Los Angeles, and they cannot live a normal life because of your shitty policies. Now, this is what happened when one very savvy LA resident did this to her. Let's do this. I think there's going to be a commercial, of course, but I want you to see this. These political commercials are constantly who can out TDS the other. It's all about TDS. It's all TDS. Like, all of it is freaking TDS. It's embarrassing what this country has come to. Let's watch ramen noodles over here. In this video, now you just saw her saying it's like whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't like matter, like whatever. It doesn't matter if it's, I just don't think it's going to change anything with the homeless people being like 500 feet away from a school. It doesn't matter. I voted against that. Like, measure 4118. I voted against that because, like, whatever. Now, it's not whatever when it comes to her stupid little kids. She wants something done, and she wants it done right freaking now. But see, concerned citizens don't want to hear Nithya Ramen Noodles and her bullshit anymore. And they are fighting back. This Good Samaritan, as I call him, set up a fake homeless encampment with real homeless people in front of Nithya Ramen Noodles' house. When she said, it doesn't matter, like whatever. This is her whatever when it's in front of her house and not other people's kids' school.
Are behind the viral videos of fake homeless encampments outside the home of LA mayoral candidate Nithya Raman is speaking out. Raman's campaign says the stunt crossed the line into personal.
Oh, it crossed the line when it's her house. It crossed the line when it's in front of her house. Do you see how these NIMBYists are? They don't care what happens to you and your family. But when you bring it to their front yard, then they're calling foul on everything you do and say. So I'll roll the film.
Space. Well, the organizer calls it political satire. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf reports.
These videos all over on social media, sparking debate over political protest and personal space. The videos now viewed hundreds of thousands of times online.
It's crazy.
Fake homeless encampments set up outside LA City Councilwoman and mayoral candidate Nithya Raman's home.
It's happening all over the city, and we brought it to her doorstep so she can see what other people are going through.
A man who claims he helped organize the stunt spoke exclusively with Fox 11 with his face covered.
All the political violence that's been going on is really important that people protect their identities.
Tents, trash, old tires, and a barbecue Monday morning, all outside
Yeah.
Raman's home.
That's how
We're
that
doing a
shit's
parody
done.
ad for her campaign. This was the ad that we would make.
Yo, what's going on?
What he describes as a broader, sarcastic effort across Raman's Council District 4 in support of Spencer Pratt. Do you know Spencer Pratt, or are you affiliated with the Spencer Pratt campaign?
Absolutely never met him. Big fan of his work.
Who is funding this?
So we have a group of donors from around the country. Check us out online at Safe Cities USA.
My support has been growing.
At a press conference Thursday,
No, it
Raman
hasn't.
discussed a new
Ugly.
UC Berkeley poll showing her in second place in the mayor's race, but did not
Bullshit.
address the videos.
Looked out the window and I realized that there was, I think, a fake encampment, like a homeless encampment outside of my house.
Earlier this week, though, she spoke about them on the Adam Conover podcast.
I have two little kids.
Oh,
They didn't see it, luckily, this morning. But, I feel badly that I'm even subjecting them to that at all. But it has definitely, this has gone far beyond what I expected the campaign
really?
to be about.
They feel like this draws the line.
Yeah, I think that, it's a public street and I can see where she's upset, but to think about everybody else that's going through the same thing constantly that are being ignored.
This race already getting national attention with the election now just a few days away.
yeah. So of course, just like a nimbious shit lib, she can't stand for it to be in front of her house. As long as the homeless, schizophrenic drug addicts are not in front of her door, scaring her kids, leaving needles all over her street and defecating and leaving urine and using her front yard as a public toilet. It's fine. As long as it's your kid's school. How absolutely ridiculous that is. What's up, Diddy girl? How you doing? Live? What's up? What's up, Twiggy? What's up, my friend? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, you see how they are? See how she's looking all toe down because she didn't expect that this was going to come to her crib. They never do. But it's her right. And I'm absolutely for whoever that dude is. Matter of fact, let me see what's the name of his organization. It is, let me find it. He says Safe Cities. Let's see if we can find it. I think this might be it. Let me look at it and see. I think it is Safe Cities Project.org is what he said. Yeah, I think it's Safe Cities Project.org. whoever you are, dude, mad props to you. Aw, I'm so glad you're here. Aw, thank you. Oh man. Life is grand. Yeah, I think it's safecitiesproject.org. From what he said in that video. I saw that stunt earlier in the week. I've been cracking up laughing ever since, because it's mighty funny how that tune changes when it affects her. It's, remember this beauty? Remember this beauty? We can't ever forget this beauty, huh? Remember this? Remember this beauty? Hold on, let's find it. Okay, we don't have to watch the whole thing, but I'll play a little bit of it. Because I don't know, this one still just kind of takes the cake. Let's see, let me get it to a spot where, let me get it to a good spot here. This one will always win the race. Hold, please. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All right, let me bring it in here so we can all enjoy. This is the gem. This is the one that kicks off the pissed offness of American citizens against these NIMBYists who think their little area of the world is supposed to be protected, while their policies that they support and defend and legislate affect everybody else. Remember this?
And joining me now is Massachusetts State Representative Dylan Fernandez. Dylan Fernandez.
Hold on, I don't want it to go back that far. Let's just start here.
Towards
remember Martha's Vineyard, Ron DeSantis, since you know, Martha's Vineyard and parts of DC and the NIMBYists said that, you know, everyone's welcome, everyone's welcome. They even put it on their Chamber of Commerce. When this first happened, before the illegals showed up, Ron DeSantis said, okay, all right, you so liberal and loving and welcoming, here you go. But look how they reacted.
Immigration meetings, and they showed up with absolutely no notice. But this is—
Wait a minute. You see what he said? They showed up with absolutely no notice. Yeah, Florida and Texas, excuse you, but under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, all these illegals showed up with no notice, and y'all didn't say a word.
This is an island community. This is a state that immediately sprang into action to get these people the resources and help that they need.
You sprang into action to get them monkey ass people up out your little island. That's what you did. Martha's Vineyard and these white liberal NIMBYist rich assholes called Kathy Hochul, the psycho Mary Kay lady, who's the supposed to be the governor of New York, and was it Kathy Hochul? Yeah, I think it's Kathy Hochul, or is it Boston? Whatever. They called the governor of this state where Martha's Vineyard is, and they said, you need to do something about this. Send in the National Guard right fucking now. And I bet you they did. The National Guard was sent in for 50 illegals. 50. 50. 50. They called the National Guard to remove these people. I think they were there 48 hours.
What has this incident taught you, or has it taught you anything? And what does it make you think of our national political debate these days?
Well, look, you know, these immigrant families,
Illegal.
women, children,
Illegal.
are being used as political pawns. The governor of Florida, one of the largest states in the United States.
Okay, it's Massachusetts. So it was the governor of Massachusetts.
Is spending his time not helping the people of Florida and the many issues that need help in Florida, but instead spending his time hatching a secretive plot to send.
Yeah, no, this is not the one I want. This is not the video I want. I want the video where they're like waving them off and sending them back on a bus, very quickly having them removed. I'm looking for, it's a shorter video. Maybe this is it, but it's going to be a commercial first, of course. But I think they were there a total of maybe 48 hours before the governor had them promptly removed. And this is, I think this might be one that's closer to the one that I want to show you, because we forget things sometimes because, you know, people have recency bias, but we need to remember that this happened and how nimbious these politicians are, and these individuals that vote for open borders, but then when it comes to their neighborhoods and to their lives, they don't want it. Help them. Yeah, help them the hell out. Venezuela, of course. Look, so liberal and loving and white. Yep. Ha! Look at this bitch. Yep. So you're going to talk about the rape trees? Are you going to talk about that and what the women and children endure on their way up to the United States? You're going to talk about that, Bill Keating? I think it was great. Yeah, that's not a good one either. But You get the gist, and you remember what happened. The white liberal NIMBYs don't want the illegals anywhere near them. They're fine with open borders. They want open borders. They just don't want it around them. Wait, you guys are in Martha's Vineyard. You have homes that are empty with 8, 9 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. Y'all couldn't move them people into these homes. That's what you expect us to do, right? I could stay on that subject forever. But let's get back to the California election. To the hour. Yeah, still going on. Still going on. No, they're going to keep bringing in ballots. They're going to keep bringing in ballots. And apparently until next year sometime, until they get enough ballots to push Nithya ramen noodles ahead and make it ramen noodles versus Cuban defector. Because they had no idea that Republicans would show up like they have shown up. Okay. Let's look at, well, let's see. Let's see. Oh, comes up to the top of the feed. Let's see what's going on. This one's 5 hours ago. So we'll watch this just to see where this is. I don't think this one is that long, but it's still going on. They are still desperately clinging to hope, and Republicans showed up in such great number that they have to pull double, triple, quadruple overtime to keep feeding the machines and get the ballots to the point that they can even begin to justify all of this cheating. Let's see where this is. And this is ABC 10, 5 hours ago. Jesus. Javier Becerra's a shitbag. He does not know how to lead. He was the head of HHS, and he was horrible at it. It's Friday afternoon going into evening, and you still only have 59. Dude, they're cheating. Please know this. They're cheating. Oh my God. Yeah, right. No, excuse me, there shouldn't be any more mail-in ballots coming in. There shouldn't have been as of Tuesday. That you don't, why are y'all still accepting ballots and it's Friday? If you did not get your ballot in by Monday, it don't count. I'm for you. It doesn't count. You know when the damn primary is. You see the damn commercials leading up to the primary. You know you can get the ballot mailed in the day before or 2 days before. Why don't you go into the polling place? Without evidence. Without evidence, bastard. It's Friday. The race was Tuesday. Without evidence. One of these videos shows a damn blind woman, legally blind, counting ballots. Without evidence. It's Friday night and y'all still counting ballots? 3 days after the damn election, when are you going to be done? Shut up, pussy. See, they're trying to normalize election week, election month, election 6 months. Oh, I know the election was in November and it's like June and we still counting ballots. They're trying to normalize this shit. It's not normal. It's not normal. Steve Hilton won, and they don't want you to know that. Shut up, foreigner. Hear what she said? Everybody in the state of California gets a ballot since the pandemic. That was the deep state and the globalist chance to steal elections perpetually with no chance of any Republicans ever having a voice or having representation. That was when they kicked their cheating system into overdrive. No, it doesn't. Florida can have them counted the same damn day with human people counting. No machines. Are y'all all illiterate and slow in the state of California? Is that it? Are all of y'all that dumb? Is that what it is? What? You hear what she just said, right? To make sure their votes are counted even after election day. No, if you don't get your ballot in by Monday before the election, you're asked out. It should be postmarked by Monday. Tuesday is election day. This is absolute madness. Seven weeks. Do you see how she's just saying this like no big deal? 7 weeks after the election. Wait a minute. I got to back that up a little bit. This foreigner What? What? Misinformation. Because we recognize that you motherfuckers are cheating again. And of course, you work for the libtard media, so you're going to say that it's cheating. Or sorry, you're going to say that this is normal for ballots to still be coming in 7 weeks after the election. God. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, it doesn't? It doesn't? The mere fact that it's Friday night and y'all still counting ballots, the mere fact that this female just stood here and said that even 7 weeks after the election, there can still be ballots counted. What the okay. No, I'm not crazy. You pussy. This dude is not a man. He doesn't have balls. Norma, slow does not mean suspicious, and slow does not mean fraud. Why is it that red states can count all of the freaking ballots the same day, paper ballots, hand counted, voter ID, and have the elections in one day? Why is it only blue states that have election week, month, and year? So y'all still gonna be counting in 6 months, and we're supposed to, oh, it's normal. It's normal. It's California. I can't. I've had it. I can't even look at these freaking people anymore. That's not normal. They pulled the same shit in Colorado. Here, I'll show you. They pulled this in Colorado too, because Colorado is always trying to be like California. This was 2022. This was the midterms between Lauren Boebert formerly in Colorado District 3. She's now in Colorado District 4. She moved to, she did the carpetbagging thing, whatever. Who cares? I don't have representation in the state anyway, so screw it. I don't care. This is 2022. That it went to a recount because it was clearly too close to call, as they say. And I just want you to see here in Colorado, this is News 9. That's a liberal raghag like the Denver Post. But just for the information, I'll show you. This is published the 12th of December, 2022. The election was on the 8th of November, 2022. Lauren Boebert has officially won a second term in the U.S. House of Representatives. After a recount, so there was a recount, that's why it went to the end of, or mid-December. Secretary of State's office confirmed Boebert defeated Democratic challenger Adam Frisch by 546 votes in Colorado's 3rd congressional district. So there is that. But there is also this issue that, though there was a recount, this is the Hill, and this was also December of 2022. Or is this November? In Colorado's 3rd congressional district, far-right Republican Lauren Boebert beat out Democrat Adam Frisch by just 554 votes, a margin so slim it triggered an automatic recount in the state. So 554 votes decided these three. Frisch had 163-278. Boebert had 163-832. The point that I'm bringing home is the race was not called until the 18th of November. The actual election day was on Tuesday, the 8th of November. So that's 10 days that they're counting ballots, and ballots are coming in, and ballots and ballots and more ballots and ballots and ballots and ballots and ballots and ballots. They could not bring in enough fraudulent ballots to beat out Lauren Boebert, even with 10 days that Colorado drug on this counting debacle. Okay? Their cheating system still did not allow for this dude to win, but the automatic recount didn't go into effect until 10 days after the ballots kept coming in. This is the kind of bullshit that keeps blue states blue and doesn't give American citizens enough time. Like, it doesn't give American citizens that pay all the bills any represent, is what I'm trying to say. We don't get represented. We get ignored. The illegals are the ones who get representation. You should see the local commercials in Colorado for the governor's race. Michael Bennet, Phil Weiser. There are Republicans, but I want you to, I'm talking about the Democrat race because they're two sides of the same damn coin. Michael Bennet is in the Senate right now. Completely limp dick, ineffective, impotent fool, along with John Hickenlooper, another old, decrepit, limp dick fool. But he's not running, and his Senate seat, I think it's 2028 that John Hickenlooper is still there. So he doesn't have to come out until 2 years from now. But Michael Bennet, Phil Weiser, both of them are idiots who are not from Colorado, which I'm not, like, I wasn't born in Colorado either. But I don't subscribe to East Coast and West Coast liberalism that and communism and Marxism that has destroyed towns, cities, and municipalities for years. I don't subscribe to that. Michael Bennet was born in India. Did y'all know that? His parents, his dad was like a assistant to an ambassador in India. He was born in New Delhi. Mushmouth, as I call him, the one who sits up and screams at President Trump's cabinet picks. He's struggling to speak. That wants to be governor. And then Mommy Jean is the one who assisted in throwing Tina Peters in prison. And thank God she is free now. She's got a bunch of stipulations for parole, for being released. She's got to obey all these stupid rules, but at least she's back in her house. And by the way, I've said I wish she would leave Colorado. She can't. She's stuck in this hell. She can't leave here. Part of her parole is she has to have special permission to leave the state. Because of these evils that are still trying to control her life. But the commercials that Phil Weiser and mostly Michael Bennet has, what is the name of that organization that is funding his campaign? They got deep pockets, and his commercials are constant on local TV. He is only in support of illegal aliens, nobody else. Not farmers, not ranchers, not oil and gas workers, not teachers, not American citizens on any level. His commercials only talk about prosecuting ICE agents and bringing ICE agents into a Colorado court and Trump this and Trump that and fight Trump, get Trump, get Trump, get Trump. Because that's all they know. That's all they care about is fighting the president. I voted for him. So I reiterate, I have no representation in the state of Colorado. So I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck. I'm going to write myself in and vote for myself. But since I'm the one who's representing myself, I'm just going to write myself in. I can't even get representation in this state because of these self-serving asshole politicians. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. So California is probably going to keep counting ballots until next June, until they can push Nithya ahead and say, oh, well, It's her and Karen Bass. I see Californians that are like, you know what? Y'all pull this shit. We got deep pockets. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. And we will drag you through court. You will not be able to just steal any more elections, bro. I am seeing these people. They're pissed off. People who voted for Steve Hilton and who voted for Spencer Pratt for mayor of Los Angeles, they have had it with Karen Bass. Look, nobody in their right mind voted for Karen Bass. It's not a thing. She doesn't know how to fix problems. She only knows how to create them. See, she'll make up some kind of pseudoscience model where they'll pretend that they're fixing the homeless problem. See, nobody else has ever even tried to fix the homeless problem here in Los Angeles. And I know Angelinos are fed up. And I know now I had no support before, but now, since the Palisades fires, we have a strategic plan to get Los Angeles. We have 42,000 units of housing for the people who are on our streets. And we know how to fix this problem. Karen Bass is a fucking idiot. She knows how to steal money. Why were you in Ghana? Number one, you're not Black. Why are you going to Ghana? Number two, you're not Black. Number three, why would you leave the state? Why would you leave the city and leave the country when you know the residents in your city are being burned out of their homes? Some people burned alive in their homes. Spencer Pratt's home burned down, his parents' home burned down, his neighbor's home burned down with his neighbor. And Karen Bass all of a sudden has the answer to the problems that plague the city? No, she doesn't. And nobody around her knows what the freak's going on. They have no idea how to fix problems. Democrats are not in office to fix problems. They're in office to steal elections, to perpetuate their evil upon the people that live in these districts, and to steal their money and steal their dreams, and then come back every 2 to 4 to 6 years to keep doing it over and over and over again and fix the elections so that they can keep themselves in power and keep voting to give more and more of your money to foreigners, while these foreigners come over here as illegal aliens and even legal permanent residents and steal your fucking money while they live in the life of luxury and you live in a 1-bedroom apartment, barely able to buy Kool-Aid to put in the refrigerator. They don't have any intention of fixing any problems. They don't know how. Problems, you don't need them anymore. They have to keep giving off this illusion like they're there for your help, like they're there to save your life. They're there to save your cats. They're not, dude. When are people going to understand this? They're not problem solvers. It's the Hegelian dialectic. You cause the problem, you gauge the reaction of the public with your little polls and your straw polls and your focus groups, and see where people, and you come up with some fake ass solution that's never going to work, that's so stupid that it shouldn't even be said in public, and pretend that you're fixing their problems and that you're the only answer to their problems. And they kick the can, whoop, kick the can, whoop, kick the can, whoop, kick the can, whoop, kick the can down the road while they're in office for 10, 15, 20, 30 fucking years, collecting public pay and doing absolutely nothing for constituents, stealing your money, or watch nationals steal your money, doing nothing about it, and telling you you're a crazy ass racist, homophobe, xenophobe, and other kinds of phobes if you ever question, or you're an election denier. If you ever question when they're stealing in broad daylight, stealing elections, dude, they don't even care if you know anymore. They don't care. So, yeah, we're stealing. So, and their way in, they can all write in Pratt. Yeah, they're pretty much a satanic cult. I have seen at the Colorado Capitol with my own eyes these witches casting spells in front of and in the back of the Capitol, downtown Denver, Colorado. I've seen the spells, chanting. I've seen it, and other people have seen it as well. And I walk by them, pleading the blood of Christ and casting them demons out. Their time is coming to a close. I drove through just, you know, a little factoid here. I drove through Boulder recently one weekend, and just, you know, to laugh at the former federal employees that worked for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the National Institute of Science, Technology, something, NIST, NIST. These Boulderites are high because the president eliminated their federal jobs. When you should go and read. I write articles for medium.com. I also have a Substack, and you should read. I wrote about that today. I'm going to put it here. I wrote an article today about these federal employees. So if you are so inclined, I ask you to go and read my article. But it talks about these federal employees. So I took the drive around Boulder, and there's the house there that was the basis upon which is like the model house, Mork and Mindy, that show from the early 80s, Robin Williams, and I don't know what that lady's name is, but she was the co-star of Mork and Mindy. I swear, Mork and Mindy was based in Boulder, Colorado. That show ruined Boulder, because that's when the Californians started taking a look at Boulder and saying, yep, we're leaving California and moving to Boulder, and we're taking our shitty California policies right along with us. Well, oh, Pam Dauber. Okay, Pam Dauber. Yeah, it was Robin Williams and Pam Dauber in Mork and Mindy. Thank you, love. They ruined Boulder. Colorado, before I ever moved here, was a blood red state. Blood red state. They're conservative AF. We had the pro rodeo. I think it's still here for now, but at least to go 100 miles up the road to Wyoming, because it's just a better deal. Colorado is not business friendly anymore, and even less business friendly to cowboys and cattle ranchers and farmers. It's just not a good place for that anymore. But back to driving around Boulder. The Boulder Hills, just beautiful. Just beautiful. These homes are just palatial. They're just spectacular homes. They're just darling. These are very wealthy white liberals. They just are. There's no black folks who live over here. There might be one or two. And there's the rich foreigners who bought property in Boulder. But it's mostly 80% of the people who live in these Boulder beautiful hills over by Flagstaff, where you go to the top of the Flatirons and you can see down on the whole city. It's really cool. The Flatirons are beautiful. It's right where Boulder is with the Flatirons. So these individuals, they don't see the homeless that's on Pearl Street and right there on Broadway. They don't see those problems. It doesn't reach them. I think Phil Weiser lives in Boulder. Definitely Jared Polis and his husband. They have a beautiful home somewhere in Boulder. Who knows where? Because they can do that. They have money. Okay, but my point in saying all that is, no matter what it does, they're not going to vote for him in Boulder. They're not going to like him. They're not going to tolerate him. They're not going to vote for him. They're not. They're not. They're not going to vote for him. They're going to vote for Democrats. But there is a growing number of conservatives in Boulder. I know because I meet with them and I go to their meetings sometimes over in Longmont. Longmont is outside of Boulder. You go to Longmont when you cannot afford to live in Boulder. Let's get to moving on, because, you know, I can do the talking about these elections and stuff all day, but the bottom and top line is they're cheating. They got scared. They got put back on their heels because they have been so abysmal and so awful. And you know, it's bad when they are burning rich people out of their homes in the Pacific Palisades. You know, it's gotten to the point that they don't care, because the new grift, and I'll talk more about this in the coming days, the new grift for these people is attacking billionaires. They're not getting the federal money anymore. President Trump shut down USAID. They're not getting that. Doge is watching all of this fraud and reporting it and referring people to the Department of Justice for prosecution. These cases are coming at, online with Todd Blanche as the Attorney General and Harmeet Dillon as the Assistant Attorney General over the Civil Rights Division. These cases are being these people are being prosecuted for stealing trillions of our tax dollars. Okay, some of the money they're able to recover, and some is just gone forever. We'll never see it again. But the Trump administration is pushing these cases through and is slowing down this, and these Democrats and how they've been using things like forest fires and wildfires to claim national emergencies or the state of emergency in their state and getting, you know, millions and billions in federal money. And now they're under scrutiny. So, you know, the president ain't just handing out money just because you say, oh, some, you know, there was fires. Well, why didn't you do wildfire mitigation? Why didn't you lessen the chance of wildfires? There are ways to do that. Why aren't you doing that? Not going to keep giving you all these millions and billions of dollars and you're not helping people. There's a scandal brewing about fire aid, and Gavin Newsom's wife, Jezebel Newsom's, whatever her name is, Jennifer Jezebel Newsom's, and they sold money. No more USAID. These Democrats are struggling their ass off because they can't just steal money through USAID no more. The new grift is to drain the fortunes of those who work their ass off to get their money. Peter Thiel, the head of Palantir, Ken Griffin, the head of the multi-billion-dollar hedge fund financial group, the Citadel, they left New York and they moved to Florida. Palantir left blue state Colorado and moved down to Florida, down to Miami. Very smart, very, very smart. So now New York, Kathy Hochul, Zoran Mamdani, Mohammed is another one that's trying to steal money from wealthy billionaires by claiming, oh, it's, you know, it's a 5% billionaire tax. It's a billionaire exit tax. It's a billionaire estate tax, billionaire wealth tax, billionaire, billion. That's the new grift. These people have money. They don't have to stay in your shitty state. What you gonna do? Chase them to another state for money? You can't do that. That's it. You'll be in court from now until the end of time. So that's their new grift, is to just drain billionaires of their money through excessive taxation, which is unconstitutional and will be fought in court, and you will lose. You can't just steal billionaires' money. Kevin O'Leary sees it. He's been politically motivated now because he has seen these protest groups that are trying to stop data centers. He is heavily invested in data centers. Oh yeah, Peter Thiel is in Argentina. That's right. He's rocking with Javier Milei down in Argentina. He's not crying. What's up, Sammy? What's up, girl? Miss you too. These billionaires are like, shit, deuces, peace out. I'm not staying here for you to steal my money and give it to your social programs, to your poor people, to your illegals. Bye. Bye. They don't have to stay and put up with your abuse. But anyway, that's the new grift, is for these dumbass politicians overtax and overregulate billionaires and try to steal all their money. That's the new grift. They got nothing else. They're not getting federal money from Trump, and they're not getting USAID. Where are they going to get the money? Mom commie, that's cute. Purposely running them out of town, but yeah. Yep. They can fill the town with nasty ass Muslims. I hate it for you, but when you come here and you think you better than everybody who lives here and you refuse to assimilate, you're a dirty bastard. How are you better than me when you come to my country? I'm not going to your country. You come in here. So it seems like to me, you're the one who needs to assimilate. Speaking of foreigners, let's just jump on over to that subject. Since finding so much fraud. Oh my gosh. Let me find this one. Let's see. Dang it. Every time I go, I send these articles to myself, and when I need them, I can't find them. I have to just go back and find it this way. Hold on. I'll find it. Let's see. I know it's here. Uh-oh. I think this might be the one here. Let me bring this in from Kelly Loeffler, who is our small business administrator, the head of the SBA. She posted on X today, the SBA, Small Business Administration, referred 562,000 borrowers to the U.S. Treasury for collection on $22.2 billion in potentially fraudulent pandemic era loans, marking the largest debt referral in SBA history. The action ends a years-long de facto amnesty scheme by the Biden SBA, which refused to refer the portfolio to either Treasury or DOJ, even though the loans were both delinquent and internally flagged for suspected fraud. Excuse me for that. Under the protection of the Biden administration, none of the borrowers were compelled to repay their debts, and fewer than 1,000 faced any inquiry from law enforcement until today. This historic referral would not have been possible without the strong support of the White House. Thank you, President Trump. Anti-fraud task force headed by our Vice President, JD Vance. SBA is deeply grateful for the leadership of JD Vance and Andrew Ferguson, and a following, and the partnership of both the Treasury and DOJ, which now has the files for review. So basically, these individuals, including celebrities, by the way, got PPP loans, their pandemic era paycheck protection payouts or whatever. And I want to see what this brother talked about. There he is. Let's listen to this one because he is funny.
It just got hella real. If you did them motherfucking PPP loans, baby, my chest is hurting for you. Like, they said, you ain't get away scot-free. Uno reverse, bring that ass here, boy. So Trump then sent out 500,000 warrants for people who did the PPP loans. So if you did that, baby, go motherfucking run for the booth. The SBA has referred 562,000 suspected fraudulent COVID era loans totaling over $22.2 billion to the Treasury for collections. These loans involving both Paycheck Protection Programs, PPP, and Economic Injury Disaster Funds were flagged during the Biden administration but not previously sent for collections. This action marks the SBA's largest referral package aiming to address delinquent pandemic loans. This shit is motherfucking crazy. They coming for y'all ass. I told y'all. I'm so happy I ain't do one, boo. And like shit, you see me like free money and then they kill you. It's catching up. Yeah.
It's so funny, cracks me up. But he says, or Dr. James Joyce on X says, remember when the SBA gave loans out through PPP and EIDL programs to help small businesses impacted by the pandemic? A lot of people, including Marjorie Taylor Greene, wonder why that bitch took off to Costa Rica. Yay. Oh, that's and Jay-Z, who shouldn't have taken out these loans, did take out these loans and they just scooted. So so they all left. I know MTG left. She's down in Costa Rica and thinks that she's untouchable because of the extradition laws. But some of these loans were forgiven. But apparently over 500,000 of these loans were not forgiven. So 560,000 warrants were issued. We already covered that. So yeah, this is catching up to people who took these Paycheck Protection loans at the time, and billions of dollars, including apparently, wow, damn, this is crazy. So I guess if you see celebrities that just all of a sudden got up and left, is Candace one of them? Because that bitch is in Russia. And somebody pointed out she looks like she's knocked up again. Oh, I think it was Laura Loomer. Laura be on it. I love Laura Loomer. I don't care what nobody says about her. She cracks me. She cracks me up. So yeah, Jay-Z, Bouncy, Kanye West, MTG, I guess they all leaving at the same time. Oh, I'm leaving time with family. No, you leaving because you shouldn't have taken out PPP and EIDL loans. Y'all had money. Y'all had money. Jay-Z, why is Jay-Z taking out a PPP loan worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're taking money from small businesses? Shit. Anyway, let's get back to the foreign scammers. Let's see. Oh goodness, I can't find it. Of course, that's okay. I'll just find it here. Yeah, these foreign scammers like this one. Let me bring in this fat fool.
how can the politics in Somalia can be, resonate what we have here in the United States, the democracy that we have. How can you help us, be a better country, build back what we used to have back in long time ago. So hopefully we will be able to help our country, our former policies.
So this bitch wants us to continue funding Somalia to build it back to how it was years ago. That's not our responsibility, Biggin. But unfortunately, this individual is the mayor of Portland, Maine. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I've had enough of that. We shouldn't have rescued them in 2010. That was a mistake. Bringing them over here was a huge mistake. It just was. It's a huge mistake. We shouldn't have brought them over here. Obama brought them over here. And now they, they multiply like freaking roaches. How that sounds. I really just don't give a shit. I'm so tired of these foreigners coming over here and taking advantage of us. Where is this story? Oh yeah. This one. This is one of many. Good night, Miss Mari. Good night, my love. We'll see you later. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you later, my love. Uh-oh. Stop it. I hit the wrong button. This one I did a video about. This individual is of Bhutanese descent. And Luke Rosiak wrote this article about this dude who's been stealing Medicaid money for years. He's 29 and his brother's 25. Both of them, they have like this whole Medicaid fraud network. Bhutanese people, wherever the hell that is. Luke Rosiak reported on this. These people live in Ohio, in Columbus, I do believe, or Cleveland, or both. And now come to find out these Bhutanese individuals are spread out across the country. And 81% of them are on welfare. 81% are on welfare, which they use to make Medicaid pay companies owned by the other 19%. So essentially, every individual in this country from Bhutan is on welfare and Medicaid fraud assistance. And this son of a bitch has, as you can see, a beautiful custom-made Range Rover, private jets. Hold on, I wasn't going to click on it, but whatever. Look at this. Look at this. That is a yacht. They're on a yacht. Oh, popping the bubbly. That's a nice private jet, yo. Oh, by the way, in this post, he had just given his dad, he says in this post, dream big. Oh my God. He just gave his dad a brand new Cadillac Escalade, brand new, brand new Escalade, gave his mom a brand new Mercedes. Moments like this remind me how far faith, focus, and hard work can take you. Damn. This bastard here. Look at this. These are individuals from Bhutan that are living in the US that have been collecting $344,800,905 in Medicaid money, home health and adult daycare companies in Ohio controlled by people with a single Bhutanese surname, Adhikari. Look at this. 128,900,000, 74 million, 60 million, 22 million, 19 million, 17 million. Dude, Himalayan Care Center. Oh, you welcome. So they sending the money over to the players in the Himalayas. On our tax dollars. Oh, you welcome. Who are these people? They got their money, my money in their wallets. I don't know who they are, but you welcome. Bravo Healthcare, LLC, the Nakshatra Foundation. Jesus Christ, help us. Oh my God. So it's not just the Somalis. It's not just the Mexicans. It's not just the Hondurans and the Nicaraguans and the Peruvians and the Uruguayans and everybody in Central and South America. It's not just the Ukrainians. It's not just the Germans. It's not just the Chinese. It's the entire world has been supported by American taxpayers. Diddy Girl said, meanwhile, they're paying off her husband's cancer bills 2 years later. Well, these broke bastards I just showed you have free healthcare thanks to you, and they're over in the Himalayas. You're an American citizen that paid into the system your whole entire life, and your husband can't get healthcare. I was going to talk about suicidal empathy, but I think I'll carry that into the next show. Girl, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. But see, it's like our money has gone to fraud for so long. We just accepted it. We, you know, deep down, you kind of knew, but you didn't want to acknowledge it, I guess, because then that makes it real. And then that means you have to have emotions about it. But if you keep telling yourself it's not happening, then you don't have to it's just, you know, we have been abused as citizens for so long. This whole deep state shit kicked into overdrive. In November 19, when they assassinated President John Fitzgerald Kennedy in front of the entire world. It fueled their fire. And they're like, oh shit, we got away with this? And yeah, they did. For years. Alan Dulles. Lyndon Baines Johnson. All these individuals that are dead and gone, burning in hell. George H.W. Bush. Wasn't he involved in that somehow? Or was connected to people that blamed Cuba, some kind of, it was just a weird, was it Bush? Yeah. They have abused us ever since. Like hugely. 9/11, that whole craziness, letting all the American citizens in the entire world watch as the Twin Towers burned to the ground. Ooh, big scary terrorists. Bitch, y'all let in terrorists for 4 years under, well, shit, 12 years straight under Slim Slacks Obama. Again. Yeah, I did read about that. That is a fascinating story. I watched JFK from time to time. The story told by Oliver Stone is one of the best versions of what happened during that time. And then after that, Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated supposedly by Sirhan, another CIA operation. These people have been abusing us for years, decades. Straight up abusing us, psychological abuse, MK Ultra bullshit. And then later on, they tell us what they did through Hollywood movies because it's their sick, sorry way of, in their minds, they think, well, if we tell you that we're screwing you over and killing you, nothing's going to happen because we're actually giving you the opportunity to know how bad we're screwing you. It's crazy. A lot of good things are happening, though. I will say that we would never be as far as we have come to dismantling the New World Order and the George H.W. Bush, a New World Order. The Brits, the Europeans, all of those who have been working together to try to destroy the United States, because this is the shining city on a hill. It's the last bastion of hope on earth. It's the United States. They know if they can bring down the US, it's a wrap for everybody else. They know that. And that's why they put in the Kenyan nightmare, Barack Hussein Obama, as I call him, Slim Slacks. And then they campaign to get reelected to keep abusing you. It's a sick game to them. It's a sick, sorry, demonic game that they play. They let in 50 million illegals for 4 years to Joe Biden. And then they'll tell citizens, you know, Trump doesn't care about national security. He hired Pete Hegseth, who doesn't have any experience. Why is he hiring? Why did he assign Bill Pulte to be the head of DNI? He doesn't have any experience. Yeah, AOC had no experience either, but y'all celebrated her being installed in Congress, beating out a 10-term Democrat, Joe Crowley, in the 14th district of New York. So that bitch never even had a job, but she went straight from college to Congress. You celebrated it. Mamdani, Muhammad. Same thing. 40, almost 35, 36 years old, never had a job in his life because his parents took care of him. He was another community organizer like Obama. Straight from his mom and dad's house into being the New York City mayor. You celebrate it. Celebrate it. He doesn't have any work experience. It's crazy. Absolute madness. But it's Friday, you guys. Just because I have no social life, and I am going to watch another episode and season of the X-Files because I love the X-Files. I'm like super fan. It's crazy. I'm gonna go and watch X-Files. And then Ancient Aliens. You know how it goes. Maybe I might watch 13 Hours again over the weekend. I think we need to remember that happened. Benghazi. Remember that? Never got answers for that. Never got resolution or closure for that. Just, oh well, close the book. Better close it. It's crazy. But okay, that's enough for now. God bless you. Like I said, to piss off those who got to stick up their ass about Israel and every freaking thing to do with that. Shabbat freaking shalom. How about that? Y'all can go ahead and just fight over that for a day or so. After the Democrats and Republicans passed a $1 Ukraine aid package, I don't want to hear you say shit about Israel. Just saying. Anyway, happy freaking Friday. Happy Jellyroll Friday. We're going to get through this, and God did not bring us this far to fail. Remember that. He did not bring us this far to fail. It's difficult. I know it is. God bless you, Miss Girl. Diddy Girl, you're amazing. Thank you for every time I broadcast, you hear my dog. Thank you. God didn't bring us this far to fail, bro. I'm telling you, there's some things we don't know about. You know, his ways are much higher than our ways. So we're not going to know everything right away, but I'm telling you, things are, man, I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't take any black pills. I know it's difficult, but don't take the black pills. God bless you. I sure do appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. I really do. And let's just keep praying for our president and pray for each other and for yourselves and your families. God bless you all. In Jesus' name, I appreciate you and I love you and I thank you so very much because you could be anywhere else, but you are here. Sarah, You just not saying something, girl. Bless you, darling. You're gonna have to say something next time. I appreciate you in here. You better come holler at me. Y'all come back now, you hear? I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Happy Friday and have a blessed weekend.